Let's get it. You guys do not understand how freaking hot it is over here.
I need it!
Oh man. But we're still out here putting in some work. We have the CRX fender right here about to get sanded with the bad boy right there. We got the fender over there, just got filled in with another layer of bondo, just the little specks and stuff, the little pinholes that we needed to get to. Once I sand that down, I'm going to actually fill the whole thing with this spot putty. That'll remove any other pinholes that are there, and you know, will make this thing looking really good. Same thing with the hood. What we got to do is we welded the back of it because it was separated from the sub. I don't know what it's called, the undercarriage of the hood, whatever it is, but I had to weld some stuff, welded it because it's kind of broken. So look, right here, that's where we welded a little too hot, but we have little specks like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this bondo going so we can fill these things in, but it is so hot out here. I swear to God, this bondo dried in like 10 seconds. So we gotta work quick, so let's get it. And just like that, dry. So now I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple minutes. It is kind of hot out here, so I'm gonna give it probably half the time that it usually needs, which is roughly 30 minutes, give or take. So we'll come back in 10 minutes and we'll sand this bad boy. So this is where I migged this part. There was something wrong with the feed, so we got like these random pieces on there and stuff. Not the best welds, but just because I was just running so hot and because this metal is super thin, so there wasn't even a setting on the MIG welder to make it go that low. So do the best we could, but we're gonna grind out the excess and we're gonna, like I said, primer this bottom thing. I do want to keep these OEM stickers on there because I just think it's so dope. Like look, it says right there on the Civic 1500, that's for 1500 cc. Right there, transmission 5-speed. I mean, you can't, if only it was JDM, if only it was in Japanese, and it'd be even better. But whatever, we gotta settle for the American stuff. What can you do?
Get some!
You know the deal, straight grinding, quite literally. So we got this side done. All I wanted to make sure is that it was flush. I just want to make sure that when I close it, it's gonna close all the way. I'm still gonna take off the other hood and kind of match and see, because here it has this kind of indentation, and here it has like 2 indentations. So I didn't know how it looked before I welded it up, but I do have the old hood. I'll take that off, kind of compare and see, so I can grind and, you know, make sure I don't grind too much and then also grind too little, because the worst thing to do is to install it, to disassemble the old one, install this one, and not fit, and then me have to do it all over again. You know, we gotta work smarter, not harder. Right now I'm gonna grind that really quick, make sure that's all flush and stuff. This was a little bit easier because I think both sides are symmetrical, so I shouldn't have any issue as far as me grinding too much. But this is pretty thin. It's probably like 1/16 of an inch steel, so I gotta be very careful, because, you know, I don't want to run through it like I did here. So just being really safe with that. Let's see what else. But the good thing is, once we get this grinded, I'm gonna flip it over and see if that affected anything. It probably didn't. Most likely didn't. I'm probably gonna do another coat of bondo to see where exactly the high spots are and where the low spots are. After that, it's a pretty simple process of me just primering this bad boy, painting it, when just waiting a couple days, being patient and making sure that we do a good job here. So let's go get it.
It was at this moment Jackson knew he fucked up.
Fucking perfect, bro.
It's not even clean.
Perfect fitment, bro. Fitment. I'm talking about fitment. Look at that.
Who over here? You here? That was his brother.
Yep.
Younger brother.
Younger brother, yeah.
He trying to push his younger brother around. He ain't even go for that.
For real, right?
Oh, no. Put up argument, young man. Keep it.
All right, so what in here, it has like a kind of like a weird, like a little curvature to it that I need to match on this side. So as you can see right here, it has the hump, but I needed to match. You know, I'm trying to do my as best as I can to get these parts filled in and smoothened out. So right now what I'm gonna do and get these, you know, smoothened out. So what I'm gonna do now is just getting some 80 grit, and I'm trying to get as much of the material out without, you know, sacrificing the integrity of the, you know, what I just primered and stuff. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna move up with about a 120, maybe even a 200 or a 220, finish sanding it out, and just, you know, all I have to do is go back and forth and use that side as a reference, so I can get this side nice and perfect. Let's get it. So now you can see, once you know, I'm just doing this until I get a smooth transition and I don't see any, you know, irregularities there. I could also feel the side over here and kind of give myself a rough estimate as to what it should feel like, but I think it looks good. I'm gonna just make sure that these little spots in there are getting sanded down and it's all parallel, but it's looking good. I'm gonna hit this up right here and then get this one. And once that's sanded down, you know what time it is. Paint time. We're probably gonna go pick up a gallon of primer, gallon of paint. So the paint code for mine is a real red. It's R63. If you want to see exactly where it is, you just have to look right here. It's usually inside your door panel, or it's usually inside the engine bay, or wherever it has a stamp from wherever the car has shipped from. So mine is from Japan, so it has a stamp right there, and it says R63, and that's real red. So I'm gonna go pick up that at the paint store, get about a gallon of that, and I don't know, I might need more than a gallon because it's not just the hood and this grill here, it's actually also
Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram,
the bumper and the 2 fenders in the front. So you know, I'm gonna go look online and see, you know, exactly see how much paint I need. I'm pretty sure my pops knows, but we're going to go pick that up and just, you know, paint this bad boy and stuff and see how well this job can get done. All right, so now I am finally comfortable with what we got done on the hood and on the front grille for the CRX. So now what we're gonna do is, since it's so hot, we're gonna wet sand this motherfucker, and we're gonna see, you know, how far we can get into prepping it for paint. So we're gonna move over to another side, just where there's a little bit more shit in this water hose, so it could be a little bit more convenient for us. But we're gonna go over there, wet sand this bad boy with the 400 grit, then we're gonna move it to 600 grit, and then that's gonna be enough for me to primer it with the filler primer. And once that filler primer is on there, I'm gonna sand it once again, and that's gonna be ready for paint. So let's go get it.